What do you mean? The fire marshal said, ma'am, you're not even supposed to be a school. You're not even supposed to be there. That place is for retail. You are trying to provide education. Ma'am, you're going to need more than just a layout. You're going to need everything. Walls, outlets, a new fire sprinklers and everything. Y'all can't do nothing in that mall until everything get approved that you can even have a school. What did he say that for? What did he say that for? Mona Lisa went crazy because she knew I love my angel. So you mean to tell me Angel did not have an accredited school and we bought this school from her? She owed us $50,000. She owed us $50,000. I want my money back. And I'm sitting here like, I don't know what to believe right now at this point. Like, are we suing Angel? We need to sue Angel. We need to sue Angel. That bitch got our money. I'm saying like, now I don't know what's going on. Was she not supposed to be here? Was she not supposed to be at school here? So I wasn't going to let her talk to Angel because you ain't about to mess with my Angel, okay? But I called Angel. I said, hey, Angel, this is what's going on. They told us that we needed to contact the fire marshal to get everything cleared for the space, excuse me. And when we called them, they told us that there never was a school here. And she said, what do you mean they said it never was a school here? They said it was never a school in this mall, and we can't open our school here until we go through the proper procedures of getting everything layouts, and we have to put walls up for our students to have chargers, and be able to charge their phone. We got to have exit doors and everything. And she said, well, let me just say this. I have no problem with none of that. Now, I didn't have no problem the whole time I was there with none of that, probably because I was just a small school up there in the cut. With y'all doing all these walls and stuff like that, that's why y'all got to go through all that. I don't got nothing to do with that. So she made it clear, you're not getting no money back from me. We are an accredited school. That has nothing to do with accreditation. Y'all ain't getting no money back from me. So here go Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa done snatched the phone out my hand. See, you never ran a business before. We don't need you for anything. We don't need you for anything. We just need our money back because you was never a school. She said, what do you, now that's the first time Angel really was about to go there. She was really, like, I heard her get mad. Any other time it's like, hey, but this time was the first time I ever heard Angel get mad. And she said, let me tell you something. I have nothing to do with y'all needing a permit. Y'all need electricity, all that stuff. Y'all need to be in this school. I have nothing to do with that. Let me say that first. Second of all, I had an accredited school. If they never came to my school, my school up there, and said anything as far as meeting outlets and all that stuff, they're doing that to y'all because y'all want walls and y'all want this big old dramatic school, okay? I didn't have that problem, so don't call me with that. She was talking basically to Mona Lisa. So I just said, Angel, I'll call you later. Well, I said, Mona Lisa, you can't talk to people like this. I said, you can't talk to people like this. No, the problem is she think this is still her business because y'all done built up this good old relationship. Y'all done built up this bond like this is your school and her school. This is our school. And she is lying. She did not make sure that her school is accredited, supposed to be, and she know it, and the office know it too. I'm saying like, first of all, we ain't gonna be doing my angel like that, because that's my motherfucking angel. That's my angel that got sent from God. That's my motherfucking angel. Part 26, the road I never saw coming. So when we went to have the fire marshal to come out to see the area to be able just to give us the stuff to pass the code, for we can be a school here in this space, the fire marshal said, you're going to need a permit, and it never was a school there. We said, say what? He said, yeah, we don't have a school there in that mall. We was like, well, we just bought this school from Angel. Now, no, Angel and Mona Lisa always kept butting heads because it was like devil and angel, devil and angel, devil and angel. And they had the same exact birthday. So it was good cop, bad cop, good cop, bad cop. And they was against each other, okay? When he said that it's never been a school there, we was like, we just bought a school from here. Over $50,000, we just bought a school. He said, that has nothing to do with me, ma'am. We cannot give you nothing for like the clear fire code for you can be able to be accredited school because you're not even in the system as a school in that building. He said, and for you to be able to become accredited school, you're going to have to get a permit to do any building in that school. You're going to also have to... He said, you're going to have to get walls. When you get your walls put up, you're going to have to get electricity through those walls. And you're going to have those outlets a couple feet apart. We said, so what? Are you serious? He said, yes. He said, so you're not even supposed to be there right now. What? What do you mean we're not supposed to be here? He said, you're not an accredited school. Like, that area is not accredited for a school. That area is accredited. That area is known for a retail store, not no school. What? So, of course, this was Mona Lisa's time to shine. She could not stand me talking to Angel. She could not stand me talking to Angel about anything with that school because she was like, you're in business with me. You're not in business with you're not in business with Angel. You're in business with me. Why you keep telling Angel everything? But Angel was the only one helping me, like I said before. So when we told Handyman what was going on, Handyman said, well, we got to get you a permit because I can't do nothing until we get that permit. I can't do nothing until you get that permit saying that it's okay to do work in this building. I can't do nothing. He said, I might got somebody I can call. Man, the man said, I got this guy I can call. He called one of his homeboys. Hey, got something going on. I got this space that I'm about to start working on this mall, and they saying that they need a permit. Can you get one for me? The man on the phone was like, yeah, let me come look at the space. So what are you trying to do? He said, we just need to put up partition walls to get everything separated. But do we have to have a permit? He was like, yes, you do. Right? That's more money. So now Mona Lisa don't have her money still from Mr. Biggs. The handyman was going to be $11,000. And then we ain't even got to the truck part. Handyman was going to be $11,000. Like, what are we going to do? You know, what are we going to do? The man that said, the contractor said, okay, yes, I can do the building permit for you. I can get everything started. But that's going to be $3,000 just to get started. We said, what? He said, yes. He said, you don't got to pay me right away. You can pay me when everything's done, but it's going to cost $3,000. So now you got $3,000 hanging over my head, $11,000 hanging over our head. We still need another truck. We only got one truck. We getting into the part of, we still got to get this facility together with money for the parts and things like that for the facility. Then when the contractor called for the permit, the contractor said that they told him he got to have a layout, a blueprint of how everything is going to be laid out. So they was like, we just going to put up partition walls. No, you got to have a blueprint. That blueprint got to be approved with Gaston County Fire Department. And it had to go through this whole process before you can even start doing any more work to this building other than paint. What? Part 28, the road I never saw coming. Why are we having a problem with this truck? Why are you not getting this truck? And it seems like you keep feeding me some bull crap. Don't worry about the truck. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I said, well, you gonna get that money too for Mr. B's too? Because girl, I'm starting to feel like some type way about this stuff. Like, this is getting ridiculous. And I said, now we got money due that Mr. Handyman, he needs some money too, like because he can't do no work because we still waiting on permits and stuff. And she's like, we gonna get it. Right now at this point, I'm just frustrated. I really am just frustrated. I don't know what else to do. Like, I said, well, let me call Angel. And I said, hey, Angel. She said, what's up? Like, now, she never changed her attitude to me. But I can bet your bottom dollar by that night, Angel had proof that she had all her stuff together. She had proof that you don't have to ever question me about my business ever again. So we got that clear. I talked to Angel for about an hour and a half at that night. And I said, Angel, we having a problem with these trucks. Like, she's not coming with her truck. Angel said, well, she's already not on the school, so she might well come with a truck because she don't even be getting none of that money. Like, what are you talking about? When y'all start making money, she's not going to be getting none because she ain't putting nothing to the business. I said, well, Angel, I don't know what else to do. I just don't know what else to do. She said, well, how about this? A man kept reaching out to the school trying to get me to buy a truck from Rush Trucks. I can give you his contact information. I said, well, okay, I'll give that to her. She said, give it to her for what? She ain't gonna do nothing with it. But she said, you know what? Okay, yeah, give it to her. So the next morning, I came back to work and I gave her the information to the truck. She called the truck and the man said, come down and let's get this paperwork started. Or you can do everything over the phone. So she started getting everything done over the phone. And the lady that she was talking to from the bank said, we need some form of collateral. I have collateral. At that time, I had a house, cars, everything, businesses, everything, credit, everything. Great. She said, okay, I'm gonna get it, lady. So the lady waited all day. Mona Lisa never got her information. Mr. Biggs ended up walking through the door, so they ended up going to eat lunch, coming back, and Mr. Biggs was very standoffish as well at that time. So I'm like, what the hell going on with them? So next thing you know, before Mona Lisa got ready to go for today, I said, Mona Lisa, don't forget to get that stuff over to that lady. We can start the process of this truck. You need to get her your information so if you can use your truck that you supposed to be bringing here as collateral. Because I knew I had a feeling she was lying about these trucks, but I kept pressing the issue because I knew she was lying about it. Like, I kind of got that hint that she was lying about it, right? So I kept pressing. Now I got a little petty. I said, yeah, go ahead and get the lady the information about the truck. She gonna say right before she started to go, about that, I'm gonna have to do some little finessing, little hustling for this truck because, I said, because of what? She said, because, like, I'll tell you. So that night I ended up texting her. I said, are we gonna have any problem with this truck? She said no. I said, because I don't want no doggone surprises. And I also let her know, I said, it's getting to the point I'm not believing you. I'm not trusting you. I don't believe you got fire trucks or any trucks at all. Because every time I turn around, you keep making up excuses about these trucks. Girl, the next one she came back to that school. The next one she gonna say, well, first of all, I'm not lying about nothing. I took my trucks. I sold my trucks to start this school. Well, like I said before, what about Mr. Biggs? Why did you need the money from Mr. Biggs if you sold the school? You sold your trucks to get the money for the school. Anyway, I digress. Then she said, well, the reason why I haven't, well, we can't use the truck for collateral. Because the reason why I haven't run the truck yet, listen. Because my ex-boyfriend that I was dating, He bought me a car. He owned all the money. He got all the money. We had a trucking business. We had 3 trucks. Had 3 trucks. He's keeping all the trucks from me, and the truck is not in my name, it's in his name. Then Dusty, that's not your truck, that's his truck. Then she said that he got me a car to drive, and he's an old road trucker. So when he's out of town, I'm driving the car he got me. But I decided to give the car back because I'm getting serious with Mr. Biggs. You and Mr. Biggs been together for months now. So why right now you've been driving this car to this man's house? Y'all done been riding around this car, even though Mr. Biggs got his own stuff. But you done been having everything. And now you just now saying that you're going to give this man, your ex-boyfriend, his car back. Well, he was letting me drive it when he was out of town. He was letting me drive it, but I got to be with him to drive it. I was like, you know what? I don't care nothing about that. I just care about this truck. Like, so now I'm getting into a sense of all this time I kept wanting to be very nice to her for she won't feel like she's unappreciated. So she won't feel like she's a problem by not having all this money that she needs for the school. And I was just being very patient with her because I didn't want to make her feel less than, because my social media is so big and I have this big personality and everybody was coming to me as the boss. I didn't want to make her feel less than. So I just told her, I said, scratch that. We'll just start the process and just try to get the truck done. I mean, get the truck done with the money you do have. Because we end up getting the money back from Ryder. So we just use that money to put down on the new truck. Because we still had that money. We still didn't get no more money from Mr. Biggs that I seen. Let me make that clear when I say this. That I seen, we still didn't get no more money than the $33,000, $32,000 that was given. That's it. Like, we still didn't get no money. So we end up, she ended up doing all the talking for the truck. And she got that set up. But when it was time to get insurance, she couldn't find nobody to get insurance with because she was going to have to come up with money. So every time I said, well, I got a location, she kept kicking back. Well, I can find something cheaper. Because it was still her turn to put up her money. So I end up saying, every time I say something, you keep cutting me off, or you keep telling me that you want to go with something cheaper. You want to do everything yourself then. What do you... I'm trying to help you out to spend the other half of that $50,000 because it seems like to me you don't have it. It seems like to me, well, Mr. Biggs, is something going on Mr. Biggs' card? Something going on? Come to find out, it wasn't nothing going on Mr. Biggs' card. It kept kicking back because it said that something fraud was going on her side. So they had to get that together. We finally ended up getting all the money. We paid the money for the new trucks. And when it was time to get the new trucks, of course, you got to get the tax title tag. Baby, look. The man at the car dealership was like, at the truck dealership was like, are y'all ready to meet me for the tags? And I said, well, you've been talking to Mona Lisa all this time. You got to keep talking to Mona Lisa. So Mona Lisa said, yes, I want to meet y'all. I meet y'all for the tags. I think we're ready now. That was on a Thursday. She called the man back and said, no, we can't meet you on a Friday. The man said, you got to meet me on Monday or you get your money back and I'm going to take my truck back. We got to the tag place. Now, before we got there, I said, Mona Lisa, you got your money for, like, did you get your money for, because she hadn't been saying that. I kept asking, I said, Mona Lisa, you got your money for the tag? Like, you got your money for the tag? 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 And she said, yeah, I'm good. We good. We rode together down there because we were going to have to drive the truck back. Babe, we waited in line. We waited in line to get the tag, right? We got to the front of the line. Now, as we waiting in line, we was talking to the man who sold the truck. We got to the front of the line. Part 29 of the road I never saw coming. The lady said, how much did the truck weigh? We told her. Are you going out of state? We told her. She said, it's going to be $1,900. Mona Lisa looked at me. She looked at me like, and the man from Rush Trucks was standing there. I'm like, what you looking at me for? She said, because my car is not working. My car is not working for some reason. I said, say what? My car's not working for some reason. Can you pay for it and I pay you back when we get up out of here? Because my car is not working. It's not going to work for some reason. It wasn't working this morning. Why did you wait until we get our black behinds right here in front of all these white folk to say your car is not working? So I pulled out my family credit card. This family credit card is for all emergencies, like and she said, I'm gonna pay it back, I'll pay it back. I gotta go by the bank and all this and that. I got the money in there I still got some money from Mr. Biz. I'll pay it back, I'll pay it back. I said, now look. Now we starting to get a little personal. Because now we digging into my family money. Now I got all my money in my world. But I don't want to start digging my money till we use up all your money for Mr. Biggs. So I swiped my card, $1,900 came out. Boom. $1,900 came out. And got back to the truck. She was the happiest thing in God's name when we got to that truck. Now she's a whole nother person. Yeah, we got our kids, look here. And I'm like, and like I always tell people, I don't want to make you feel out of place. I don't want to make you feel harm and she was so happy that we got that truck and she was able to post it that we got a truck. But she ain't putting out a dime to that truck. Because even when it came down to the insurance, I had to pay for the insurance. Because Mr. Biggs, the thing kept saying fraud on her end. Something was going on with Stripe and her account. I don't know, but we had to get this truck going. And the school is in whose name? My name. So I just went on ahead and said to myself, I'm just going to pay. I'm just going to pay for everything because the school's in my name. I can't look back. I can't turn back now. So I had to pay handyman like $4,000. I had to pay the $1,900 for the tag, the $2,000 for the insurance, the AT&T, the internet, the phone. I had to pay the security, everything. Because for some reason her money wasn't working out with Mr. Biggs. So then, finally we got the approval to start building. I'm on her head about this money for Mr. Biggs. I'm on her head. Next thing you know, she said, well, she talks to this guy. She always used to say, I talked to this man right here. He got a lot of money. He got a lot of money. And I know she was still in a relationship with Mr. Biggs. So she said, I'm going to try to get some money for him. I'm trying to get some money for him. So she was talking to this guy. He got into a bad accident and something was wrong with one of his eyes. He had a lazy eye real bad because he got an accident. But he's supposed to be this millionaire. Everybody she knows is a millionaire. So she had told this guy that she knew that she needed some money. So she told him to come to the school to see the school for he can invest in the school. Baby, that man came up to the school and apparently he was like, oh, it's nice to meet you. He brung chocolate, he brung wine, and he was like, oh, it's so nice to meet y'all. I'm so proud of y'all. But that man left. That man didn't leave a doggone dime on that table. Next thing you know, she said that she was gonna ask her friend New York for to see what he liked to donate a truck. So we can have 3 trucks. And for some reason, New York wife would not her friend New York that she do all her mentorships with, her dump truck business with, all her business with when it come down to the dump truck business in Raleigh. Her friend New York was supposed to be donating to the school as well. That fell through. So then we finally was able to from thanks to me, we was able to get started on some more repairs in the back for the bathrooms. When he came to repair the bathrooms, for some reason the toilet kept getting clogged. Come to find out, they had something wrong with the plumbing. So we had to call a plumber. $534 came out of nowhere. I had to drop on that for them to come out and fix that. When the man asked for the money to pay the bill, she pointed to me and said, oh, go to her. She got all the money. When people would come through with anything dealing with money, go to Clarissa. She got all the money because Mr. Biggs ain't gave his money. He tried to give all his money, but it kept kicking back for some reason. And then she kept, when we went somewhere, it's like she kept saying, I'm just going to swipe the American Express until I get my money from Mr. Biggs. I'm just going to swipe the American Express. Well, or she would be swiping the card, and I didn't know that she was swiping the American Express. I didn't know. She would just be swiping the card, right? Next thing you know, he was able to get the walls up enough. And she said, we're going to have to put curtains up around the walls so that we can be able to start training and everything will be separated. So we got the walls up and we finally got our first student. Our first student came and she signed up. Mona Lisa didn't even know that our first student signed up because she could not do what? Get into the website. For some reason, she could not get in that website. And I couldn't, for the life of me, I couldn't know why. And finally, she messaged me and I said, this is ridiculous. I said, this is just crazy that you can't do nothing. It's like I keep messaging you, make sure you stay on track of everything. You're not following up with me. You're not staying on track with nothing because you're not paying attention to nothing I'm saying. And then you so confused. You ask me 1,000,001 questions every day. Like, you need to pay attention. Now we got a student. Now this ball is going to start rolling and we're going to start getting more students coming in. And here you go, keep asking me questions that you should know the answer to. This is your business just as well as it's mine. Honey, look. She decided to take upon herself to say, I just do it myself. So she finally got the website open. Part 30, the road I never saw coming. But now it's in a sense of we got one student, we got another student back to back because it's about to be around tax time. And we got to get some employees here because we still got paperwork. We still got to make sure the walls get done. It's so much stuff we got to do. And I got contracts. I got a lot of contracts at this time that was blowing me up like crazy for me to do work for them. Blowing me up like crazy. Hey, can you do this video here? Hey, can you do this video here? Hey, can you do this video here? So I knew it was going to need work. So Mr. Jones called back. Mrs. Jones called back and said, hey, I would love to come work for you. And I will be your branch manager. And when can I start? I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Are you serious? She said, yes. When can I start? When can I start? Because I need money every 2 weeks. I got to get out of here. I love it, but I would love to come work with you. So I told her, I said, well, I already talked to Mona Lisa about it. And she said, if you do come, that'd be great. So Mr. Jones started working for R and K. I was such at thank God, because now I got me another angel. Like now I got me somebody that's smart, fun, intelligent. She's coming right from the beginning. She's gonna be a great branch manager because she knows how I work. She done worked with me before. She done been we worked together very well. And now she only heard Mona Lisa on the phone, but it's gonna be perfect. She's gonna work out perfect for me because she knows me now at this time because we worked together in the Berry. So we only had 2 students at the time, and it was right before our class, our very first class is about to start. It was still we was making sure our students have everything they need. We was going to different high schools, talking to them about getting into trucking, going to different locations, just trying to get contracts in through vocational rehabilitation, unemployment office, Goodwill, all this stuff. We're trying to get contracts done, City of Gastonia, everything. And Mr. Jones came through working her butt off. Mr. Jones came through with the sense of my girl's gonna be okay. I'm gonna be here for my girl. Y'all got this. Y'all are wonderful women. I'm going to be here to have your back the whole entire time. I'm going to be your instructor that's going to make sure y'all good, straight, everything. And Mr. Jones came through as in, we're going to get this bill thing. We're going to get all this stuff together for your school because y'all got this. See, from this point on, you're not going to believe me. The only thing I'm going to say is, me and Mrs. Jones. They got a thing going on. Part 31. The role I never saw coming. So we end up getting one last student. But let me introduce this student. Her name is Mrs. Jones. Listen to me. Do y'all remember when I first kind of blew up on social media? I had a girl that was doing my hair. Okay. I was always at her house. I was always holding her baby. And she would do my hair. For all my interviews and all my appearances, she would do my hair. Do y'all remember that? Okay, well, if you don't, then her name in this story time name is Mrs. Jones. So at one time, me and Mrs. Jones had kind of fell out because, for one, when I released my makeup line, Mrs. Jones' baby daddy was supposed to be doing the catering. Well, honey, he took all the money and that I gave him the day before my event, broke up with Mrs. Jones, and ran off with the money. So me and Daddy had to go out the night before and buy all new food, all new utensils, everything for my makeup event. Boom. I forgive her on that because she said she knew he was a thief, like, in a sense, but she didn't think he would do that to us. Well, the mother sucker did. Okay? I forgave her for that. Then when it came down to, I'm not going to say I forgave her in a sense, but I kind of just held her at a big distance from that point on. So she continued to do my hair, and I just didn't trust her in a sense of like, it was just she was a little eerie. And I told her, I said, if you take your baby daddy back after what he did to me, like, I'm done. I ain't about to come over here and be around you and your baby daddy if he done did this to me. So she broke up with him. They stopped talking or whatever. Then she took him back. Boom. She took him back. I was gone. And when I left, she decided to get all mad and in her feelings because she's a young girl. Like, at the time when she first started doing my hair, she was like 20, and she just turned 21. But she looked like and I'm not joking when I say this. I am not joking when I say this. But the bitch looked like she's about damn 40. I kid you not. She wear a size 12 shoe, big wide back, big face, like big head, waterhead bitch. Like, I am not playing. But I'm not talking bad about her. I'm just being dead serious. She wear a size 12 shoe, big head. Like, she looks like an old woman. And always have. Her body shaped as an old. It's just her thing. I'm not trying to talk bad about her. I'm just painting this picture for you. I promise to God I'm not. So I stopped talking to her, and she got all in her feelings, but she still got the mind of a child. Like, she looks old. She looks old as hell, but she still got the mind of a toddler, okay? So, with that being said, she got all mad that I left her and I let somebody else do my hair for one of my CNBC video. Oh, that's some bullshit. Whatever that. And I was like, girl, have a good life. Have a good day. I'm done with you, you know? So I kind of cut her off for good then for a while. And then I had one of my best friends doing my hair. That one of my best friends I went to school with. Then out of nowhere, Mrs. Jones came to one of my car events that I had. It was like an all girls car event. She came to the car event and she seen me. She started boohoo crying. Oh, miss my sister. I miss my sister. Boom, wah, 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 wah. Well, the car event was right before I started the CDL school. So with that being said, she was like, I want to start back doing your hair. I miss you. I love you. I'm like, girl, I said, let me tell you something. I don't got time to play with you. I don't got time for those childish ass games. Like, if you could be playing games, I don't got time for it. She said, well, I left my baby daddy alone for good. I'm just like, I'm over him. I'm not going back this time. I'm done. So I was like, okay, Dusty. Okay. So then, we made up in a sense of like, again, and let me just say this before I keep going. I always came to her birthdays and I was always the only one there. Me and my daddy. Me and Daddy. We was the only ones there. Me, Daddy, and her mom. So she'd throw these lavish birthdays. Like, she wanted to go bowling, invite all her family. Me and Daddy the only one showed. She wanted to go out to eat, invite me and Daddy and other people. Me and Daddy the only one showed to her mom. So I'm not using that as a dig. I'm just telling you I was always there. It didn't bother me to be there for her because I just looked at her like a baby sis. I'm bad about that. I'm bad about just being there for people and getting blind by. I just be listening to God in a sense. So with that being said, out of nowhere, it was right before we started the school. We only had 2 students at the time. So right now at this time, it's me, Mona Lisa, Mr. Jones, and the 2 students about to be at this school, right? We got enough of the permit going if we could start building. Well, start doing a little bit of stuff building, but we still couldn't put the walls up here. Sorry, we still couldn't put the walls up yet. So they just put up the frame. The frame was up for like 2 months. 2 months before he started with the walls, because he was still waiting on that permit like to kind of really clear. So we bought curtains to go around the frame that what he had there for we could open the doors from the very first day, because we need to start making money coming in. Because our money was just screwed because Mona Lisa wasn't making the money that, I mean, she wasn't getting the money from Mr. Big. Well, she couldn't get the money from Mr. Biggs like that because he tried to give it to her, but it got kicked back. So now she only essentially got 43.5, but I was only able to calculate 33.5. Okay? I don't know why. I only calculated 33.5 once everything kind of came out. Boom. So now it was like the week before we started school. Mrs. Jones called me and she said, you're not gonna be working at the Berry no more. I was like, no, I'm not. She said, because I had already signed up to come to you, and it was gonna be around like $2,000, but I was just gonna pay for my tax money because I couldn't get a voucher to get it for free. I said, no problem. I said, well, no, I'm not gonna be there no more. And she was like, oh, okay. Well, Clarissa, and she started crying. She started boo crying. I'm ready to change my life. I'm ready to change my life. I wanna get my CDL. I wanna get my CDL. And I wanna come to you. I'm like, I really, in a sense, I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't want her to come to me. I really didn't want her to come to me because it's like, we always had an up and down relationship because she was so childish. And I was just over all that babysitting and rocking and I'm burping you and shit. I'm tired of that. So I really didn't want her to come to me. But she cried and she paid her first deposit of $650. So once she paid the deposit, I couldn't like deny her in a sense. So I said, okay, well, I sent her the welcoming letter. I sent her everything she needed, and we got everything going with her. Class started on Monday morning on the 27th of February of 2024. So I think, and now at this time, we got 3 students. We got Mrs. Jones, Fayetteville, and South Carolina. South Carolina paid flat out. Fayetteville paid in 2 payments because when her tax money came, she paid. And then here came Mrs. Jones paying in installments. Now, I bet you probably thinking, why are you calling her Mrs. Jones? I bet you're probably thinking, why am I calling her Mrs. Jones? Me and Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. They got a thing going on. Part 32, the road I never saw coming. This is the first day of class. We got our 3 students, me, Mr. Jones. Listen, I need you listening. And Mona Lisa. I can say that before everyone had to start working or even enroll in the school, they signed a NDA. With the NDA, that means you cannot disclose anything that's going on at the school outside of anything I kind of put out on social media. You can't damage the equipment on $350. You got to pay, or you got to give permission to be on camera release. But the one key thing that every student and staff member must fill out is a non-fraternization form. The instructors, now we had multiple instructors going to start with us, but they didn't never work out. The only one that actually worked out was, and we only had papers on, was me, Mr. Jones, and Mona Lisa. That's it. But everybody got signed non-fraternization. I'm going to leave that right there for a second. In the mix of us opening for the very first time, Mr. Handyman wasn't there because we were still waiting on the permit. The construction worker, we wasn't in contact with him because we were still waiting on the permit. Everything was like on hold everywhere else. Before we keep going on with what a non-fraternization was supposed to do, Mona Lisa and Mr. Biggs was going through, they go through. And Mona Lisa was having men come to the school to meet her. Mona Lisa was talking to me on the phone, which this is none of my business. I'm just saying, because I start to see things. Right now, at this time, with the school just now opening, we are, and really me, I am in debt a little under $38,000 because I had to keep coming up with Mona Lisa's side. We owed the contractor, handyman, electrician, rent, truck payment, truck insurance, all American Express. Everything was being owed. Mona Lisa was not making a dime. She was not having a dime come in. See, I have contracts, so I had money coming in. So I didn't have to get paid from the school. Mona Lisa wasn't having not a dime come in. And Mona Lisa she just came out and told me that she was slap broke. She didn't have no money. So with that being said, we could not give her no money from the school because we only had 3 students. We're not even making nothing right now. We was not supposed to have the truck because the truck was supposed to be, she was supposed to be bringing the truck. Came out and said that she don't have the truck because of her ex is not releasing it to her and all kind of stuff. So basically, she didn't say that she was lying, but come to find out that was a lie. So she never had 5 trucks at all. She never had absolutely no trucks at all. So now we got this truck payment because Mona Lisa lied about a lot of things. Now I'm working next to a person that I don't even really want to work next to because everything done start to kind of come out as far as her not having nothing she said she had. Now she is this girl that's kind of miserable, broke, bitter, mean, hateful, ignorant, like a disrespectful chick. I have at this time told her about herself, and I have looked at her in her face, and she pulled out a weapon on me, sat it on the counter, and I said, "Bitch, if you pull that weapon out, you better use it, bitch." Because I didn't have mine at the time, but I told her I needed to talk to her. And I told her I need to talk to her, Mr. Biggs, and Daddy, because we got to get this money back. And you are the only person that lied about everything you are. So you're not coming up with your end of the bargain. with that being said, we need to have a meeting with all of us because you're not coming, you didn't come with nothing that you were supposed to come with. And I told her, I said, you are mean, you're hateful, you're ignorant, you're not a person that I thought I was working with, and I'm not liking this right now. And you don't have nothing compared to what you're supposed to have. You are a liar. You are a deceitful person because you are not coming to the table with nothing. What do you mean? I'm coming to the table with my half. What do you mean? What are you talking about? I got my money. I'm just like, and then she didn't want to say much because she knew I was telling the truth. She pulled out her gun. She put it on the desk. And I said, well, bitch, you better use it. Like I said, you better use it because I'm not going to back down. If it's my time to go, it's my time to go. But I'm not going to back down from no gun. You ain't going to use that sucker no way. And you supposed to be so military for 8 years. Anyway, so we was not on good terms. We was not on good terms because now I finally see a lot of her lies. I finally was able to spot a lot of her lies. So we was kind of at odds in a sense of when people came in, when Mr. Biggs came in, they was at odds because she kept asking for the money because we was in the hole. We was in a hole deep as the mother. Oh, I was, because she didn't have a dime. I was in the hole deep. And it was just at a standstill, everything with money wise. I was working off my contracts, and that's how I was surviving. So Mr. Jones did a lot of the start and initial everything. And Mr. Jones was the only one getting paid from Road Knowledge at that time because Mr. Jones was getting paid $30 an hour like I promised her because we needed the help. We still had to get the paperwork together. We was starting driver's education paperwork, which all this stuff takes a long time. With that being said, Mr. Jones was with the students like by herself most of the time. It was 3 women. One of them was part of the LGBTQ community as well. And then LGBTQ plus community. And then Mr. Jones is part of the LGBTQ plus community. So the other girl was just like, she was a bi. I want to say she was a bi. I don't know why we ended up having a big rainbow community there. And then here came Mr. Jones. So in the mix of them training in the classroom, let's go to part 23. Let's go to part 33 if I can have more time, because that was a lot. Part 33, the road never saw coming. I can't make this up. I guess Mr. Jones and Mrs. Jones start eyeing each other in a sense. And they we do a week in classroom. So they start like, I guess, eyeing each other. I guess, I don't know how that works. And Mona Lisa swearing down, she kind of peeped something. So she asked me, what's going on with Mr. and Mrs. Jones? I said, what you talking about? I'm peeping something. I said, well, I don't know what you're talking about. I was so busy trying to make this money and hustle on my end, take care of my family. I didn't give a doggone. I didn't know what was going on. So then next thing you know, they went out on the range. And Mona Lisa didn't do no classroom. She didn't even want to go out on the range to help the students. She went out on the range to do what? Criticize, as always. Criticize. She did not want. She went out there and sat down and criticized. And Mrs. Jones was getting it. So I don't know why Mrs. Jones was getting it before everybody else was getting it. But when Mona Lisa came back in, just me and her, Mona Lisa was like, it's something going on with Mr. and Mrs. Jones because Mrs. Jones just getting it. So when she came in from outside, it was like, you don't get cocky. Don't get cocky talking to Mr. Jones because she was just getting it. And she didn't understand why them two was getting along. Then the whole time we had Mr. Jones there, she kept saying, we're paying Mr. Jones too much. We're paying Mr. Jones too much. We need to do her a pay cut. She ain't doing nothing. She ain't doing nothing. Now, no, she was the only one doing classroom range. I did road, right? Mr. Jones not doing that. She need to get a pay cut. She don't even make all this money. She don't even, what are we paying her for? What are we paying her for? And it was getting to the point that that's all you heard all day is how we don't even pay Mr. Jones, how the contractor's not doing what he's supposed to do, which everybody was. So we need to get our money back from there. Everywhere to kind of refill that she's not paying her in, that she never paid her in the bargain, she was trying to get it from other people. She was known for that. She kept trying to get the money from other people instead of her trying to figure out. So then she started to say, I'm going to figure out how to get my money up. I'm going to figure out how to get my money up. And I'm going to tell y'all what I end up later on finding out about Mona Lisa. But anyway, so now the students it's time for them to go on break. And Mr. Jones was over them when they on the range. I was over them when they on the road. With that being said, I still had paperwork. I still had stuff to do. And I still had things going on. But I still made sure I did the road. Now, I couldn't be all these places at one time. And I was paying her $30 an hour. So she wasn't just going to sit in the classroom and in the office while I don't even come into work. Next thing you know, because I didn't know anything. I just kind of feel like they was eyeing each other, but I don't know. I mind my business. It was one weekend. One of my good friends, car salesman, he reached out. He said, what are you doing? I said, nothing much. He said, well, are you sure? I said, yeah, I'm not doing nothing. I was going to ask you to come out to Twin Peaks. I was like, I ain't going out no doggone Twin Peaks, but thank you for asking. He was like, okay. And he said, but the only reason I was going to ask you to come out is because your homegirl, Mr. Jones, out here. Now, y'all know Mr. Jones used to do Mrs. Jones used to do my hair. She used to do everything, like, as far as all my hair for all my interviews and things like that. So he said, I was about to meet up with your homegirl, but she got so nasty with me. She came with her other friend, and she was just a whole other person. I'm like, her other friend. I was like, I know everybody she talked to. I know everything she got going on. What are you talking about, other friend? He was like, I'm just nothing. So the next day, I ended up having to get my hair done with Mrs. Jones. When I went to Mrs. Jones' house, I said, I talked to car salesman, and he said that you went out with a friend. Who was he referring to? And she said, well, I don't want to get Mr. Jones in trouble, but me and Mr. Jones is talking. I said, say what? Me and Mr. Jones is talking, and I feel so bad because I don't want to get her fired, and I don't want to get kicked out of school. And I know we signed on fraternization papers, but me and Mrs. Jones is talking. Me and Mr. Jones talk. I said, what? Are you even bisexual? Are you even gay? Are you even part of the LGBTQ plus community? Are you even a part of that community? What the fuck are you doing? Well, I tried it once. I said trying it and doing it is two different things. I said that girl is in a full live relationship with this other girl. And I love my Mr. Jones. So why would y'all do this to me? Why would y'all do this to me? I said, you know what? Why would you put me into this predicament? And I said, you know what? Just don't let Mona Lisa find out, because I don't want to hear her mouth. She always got something to say about Mr. Jones. She always got something to say about this money. She always mad. She always coming to work angry. She always got something going on. She always telling Mr. Big something crazy because now he looking at me crazy. Like, just keep that to yourself. I'll take care of it. And she was like, I'm sorry. We just kind of fell for each other. I said, I don't want to hear it. Just keep it to yourself until I can take care of it. Honey, went back to school the next day. We was all, we had some refresher students came, 2 refresher students and all that. But we was all in the range or whatever. And I wanted them to really buckle down and work on their 90 maneuver. So me as owner of the school, I said, hey, y'all take a 30-minute break. Normally they take about a good hour break because they put their 2 15s together. So this time they took I said, take a 30-minute break. Well, apparently Mona Lisa seen that she seen Mr. Jones and Mrs. Jones get in the car together. Would she see them two get in the car together for? She said, she looked at me, she said, what do Mr. and Mrs. Jones got going on? I said, I'll be real with you. I found out that they talk. I don't know if they friends or they talking in a sense. I don't know. But I don't want to hear your mouth or their mouth. So I found out that they are, I guess, talk. I don't know. And she said, what? They signed non-friend. We got to fire Mr. Jones. We got to fire Mr. Jones. We pay. We pay. You ain't paying shit, bitch. You're not paying nothing, bitch. But we paying her. We paying all this money. So, and I said, I'm sorry that I held that in, but I just didn't want no confusion. Honey, they only supposed to take an hour break. Baby, they ended up taking an hour and 5-minute break and came back late. Why did they come back late of all days? Why did they come back late? Baby, Mona Lisa was there waiting like a hawk because she was so ready to bash and attack Mr. and Mrs. Jones because she was so intimidated and she did not like them. She hated them to guts. She was waiting for them to come back. When Mona Lisa seen them come back, she said, Fayetteville asked student, come in, let me talk to you for a second. So they went inside the building. I don't know whatever Fayetteville told her, but baby, it went down.